sorry, I have to end the music there. I'm sorry, everyone. I had to do it, sorry. I don't even know if you guys were enjoying that music. But I had to unmute it, sorry. I mean, mute it. Sorry.
Mute it? Mute it?
I muted it. The music. It was getting good. And I had to stop it. Welcome everybody to our Saturday podcast. Sorry about last week. We all know what happened. Not gonna get into it. We are back. I might not be talking as much and I will be coughing in my elbow to the side like I was yesterday, but I will not be talking as much. You'll be getting more from Info Guy today. Say hi, Info Guy.
Hi, I'm a guy.
So he's gonna be talking maybe a little bit more today than me.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Just for
You like to get your 2 cents in, and you have to talk about what's his face at least
no,
twice
don't
in
start,
one
don't start,
podcast.
don't start with him.
I didn't say a name. Who are we talking about?
You know who we're talking about, and we're not talking about him. Don't say it in
Oh,
chat. Anyone, don't say the name. Okay, I'm gonna try and talk in a soft voice. I'm not gonna be loud. I'm gonna talk softly. Okay. So what Kaki just said in chat, The Last of Us 2. Kaki, you mentioned that there's most probably gonna be a whole lot of where is it now? Last of Us stuff, leaks everywhere. There's gonna be leaks anywhere, and Info Guide did say the clickbait stuff. Get it?
yeah. Well,
The clickbait.
yes. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of clickbait.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if there will be an
Hey,
item like that
trolls.
in Last of Us 2.
Yes, I know. I know what you did there. I understand what you did there. I'm not
Mm,
that slow. I got it
uh-huh.
immediately when I saw click. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's been delayed indefinitely. The
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us 2. And Naughty Dog said,
Yeah.
they said, as you've likely just seen, the release of The Last of Us Part 2 has been delayed. We're sure this news is just as disappointing to you as it is to us. I'm shaking my head right now. We wanted to reach out to all of you in our community to give you a little bit more information. The good news is we're nearly done with development of The Last of Us 2. We are in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we are faced with the reality that due to logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us Part 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure everybody gets to play The Last of Us 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such a time where we can solve these logistic issues. We were bummed, which I think is so weird to have in a statement. We were bummed about this
Well, it's
decision.
informal but cool,
Naughty
like
dog.
Naughty Dog likes to be like that, like you cool older brother will tell you what's going on, sort of thing.
Yeah. So
Mm.
we were bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood what's best and fair to all of our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share. We wish you all, your families and your friends, the best of health. Wink wink. Thank you for being amazing fans and your continued support. Stay safe. So that was their little
Yeah.
statement. There's a lot of stuff going on. Hey, Lippy. There's a lot of stuff with Naughty Dog. Not only have they been having issues that's been going on with their staff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see a bit of that, like the crunch. Or are you talking about something else?
No, how they treat their staff, what's coming out, how they push their staff, and now
Yeah, the crunch and the
pe-
burnout.
people are speaking out about it now, which I
Well, I think it's
understand.
good that it comes out because like it shows that like even like the top tier game industry people or companies are still doing it, which you would not think there would be like after the backlash that's been for the last couple of years now about forcing developers into crunch. Like you would think they would like ease off it, but it's apparently even at the big wigs, it's still a thing, which we would hope would go away by now, or at least be reduced. Because I know
Yeah.
like CD Projekt Red, they've been like fairly honest about it. Like they say like yeah, we are still doing a bit of crunch. We are trying to work on ways to minimize it, but we are still technically doing it, which is it's like uh, it's like at least they're being honest though. It's still not good that they're doing that, but at least they're being honest about it. Because I think long term, like you can't do that as a developer, be put people under crunch like for long periods of time. Like most people think that like when a game gets delayed, it means oh, okay, it's probably gonna be less crunch for all the developers. No, it's
Yeah.
actually it's crunch, but now for a longer period of time, which is even
Yes.
worse.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's just, I
uh,
mean, that one, I can't remember who I just remember seeing that it was one guy that came out and said, like, he had to keep quiet because he signed an NDA, but he refused to keep quiet and just wanted
mm,
to say what was going on within Naughty Dog. Which,
yeah,
I mean, I understand they're under a lot of pressure as well to get this game out because it's a lot of factors, and I'm not gonna say I'm surprised. And I
mm,
have said this in my Discord as well. Like I know the Thunder Phoenix brought it up, and Maddie as well. We were chatting about it. I mean, I don't mind. I myself personally do not mind when a game is delayed because I would rather have it delayed and be polished and fixed. No bugs, no glitches on release. Even though I'm not going to
yeah.
purchase it on release, I'd
Mm.
rather for people that are going to be paying like their
Yeah.
$60 or $70 for the game. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's over $1,000 for us. And I mean, I would not want a game to have glitches and stuff and issues. I'd rather just have them fix it and we just wait. It's as long as they let people know, like give you like some advance time to let you know, not like a week before. That would be terrible. You don't tell people, okay, a week before launch, sorry, it's delayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just keep
like
keep
you
everyone.
that just shows like bad planning
Yeah,
and like maybe a little bit lack of leadership on the side of the developers, not the actual developers down in the down working at the lower levels, like trying to get things done. It's
yeah.
more like leadership is like, this is a problem, but let's forget about it for now and like just keep on going on instead of like actually taking on the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it happens with a lot of these companies, the mismanagement. We've seen it so many times before. I mean, the list is
Yeah.
endless of companies where it's gone wrong. I mean, I think they're trying their best. The problem is that I also think that they were trying to, they announced it
Mm-hmm.
because they knew people kept on asking about it. People were
Yeah.
asking, when's The Last of Us 2 coming out? When's the last? And like, I think they wanted to just, okay, yeah, guys, here it is. It's been like, when did they have that they had it last year, near the end of last year, that little workshop thing where, they got people from the industry to come play a little bit of it and stuff, and they announced the actual release date because people were like, when is it going to be released? Once they showed that The Last of Us was coming out, there is going to be a Last of Us 2, then people wanted to know, well, when is it going to be released? And I
Yeah.
think they were under that kind of pressure as well, and they just
No,
wanted
no,
to
but
make.
you gotta. I think nowadays you gotta be more thinking of like what's good for the game studio and what's good for your fans. You got to kind of balance it out. You can't. I know developers they want to, or game developers they really want to satisfy what the fans want,
Yeah,
and maybe they push themselves a bit too hard. But you got to also balance out the like the work schedule. Like how can we get this out in a reasonable amount of time without like killing ourselves to get the stuff done? And they I think they maybe lean too much towards like what the fans kind of want in a
yeah.
release.
They maybe they. I mean, it's just like you went back to like Cyberpunk as well. Also, it was announced way too early,
Yeah,
way too
that
early.
was
It was just, and it's just,
like
I
publishers and developers need to get better at that. Like
they
it
need to
should be
learn
like
from Capcom.
yeah, they should be like there should be like 6 months out from the game being like finished and be like,
Yes.
okay,
And
maybe
Maddie,
now we can start doing the promotion for the game and
yeah,
we don't have to put ourselves under so much stress to get it out because now we're just squashing some bugs as we go along and we're not like trying to get major features in or rework things that like put more bugs into the game.
yeah,
And we just like, yeah, we're just doing QA for the next 6 months at a nice pace and just get it out there to the door and it'll be fine. Now they're like a year away from release and it's like they're not entirely sure how things are going and like they're still working things out. Like, yeah, we're gonna release it in a year. We haven't figured everything out, but yeah, it's gonna be released in a year. And then like, boom, no, something comes up. Another 6 months.
yeah.
Boom, something comes up. Another 6 months. It's like it just goes on and on and on. Like I understand like well, not the temptation, the need to get people hyped for a game,
Yes.
make it to like get exposure so people actually buy the thing when you finally let it out. But like there has to be a balance somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I mean, like Capcom's like done pretty well with like what like their 6 months like heads up. Like, hey guys, this thing is coming out in 6 months. You cool with buying it? And like 6 months later, like, oh, let's buy a couple of million copies of that. It's like, wow. Like you don't need to do like 3 years of like publicity for a game before it comes out. So
Well, like Maddie just said, they announced it in 2016, so they've had publicity for it for a very long time. And I don't know when Cyberpunk was
yeah.
also announced as well. I can't remember.
And then you have like the fatigue of like a game coming out as well for like a long period of time. It's like
Yes.
like I think the two last like E3s before this one, it was like, okay, they're gonna show more Last of Us, and it's like by the second time, it's like, okay, cool. When's the
Yeah.
release date coming? It's like
Like
you
we've
can, I
seen
think,
enough. I think we've seen
yeah,
enough. I don't think we want to see more.
I think like a game can get at most two E3s at
Yeah.
the most, absolute most. You can get two E3s without like wearing people out of like,
I mean,
okay, when's it
yeah.
coming out?
We want to see more, but we don't want to see too much. Like
Yeah,
don't show us too much. Like just like, you know, give us something, but don't push it.
but I
It's
think this delay wasn't like a work thing because I know like some developers are working from home and some can get away with it and some like CD Projekt Red have been doing it. Apparently, it's not too bad.
yeah.
It's not ideal, but they can make it work. I think the reason why Last of Us 2 is delayed is because what happened with Final Fantasy
7.
VII's remake
Yeah.
release,
Yeah.
where like they kind of lost control of the release because copies are all out there because distribution around the world is messed up because of health reasons,
Yeah.
and now like bits and bits and pieces of it are like getting out everywhere, and people are getting it early and
Mm.
whatnot, and like it kind of breaks the embargo, and like not everyone gets it out, and like people want to stream it, but they're not allowed to stream it, and then
Yeah.
like it gets confusing and whatnot. Like the only way you could rectify it if you made it a digital only release, but then what about the people who can only get games with physical
Copies.
media?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like they don't have good enough internet to download, then
Yeah.
you're kind of kind of stuffing them over just to supply the people with good internet, and that also is like that's not a good look. Which I think like Square has now realized like okay maybe we should have maybe not released it this way, but I don't think it's going to hurt Final Fantasy VII, but it doesn't look great. And I
Yeah.
think now
Do you think it's
Naughty
gonna
Dog has
hurt Naughty Dog? Do you think it's
no
gonna?
no, I think Naughty Dog saw what happened there, and they're like,
Mm.
okay, we can't control the physical release because of the event that's happening now. So, and we can't make everything just digital because that'll also mess some people up. So let's just push it further down the line. Like, I mean, this game could come out like 3 years from now. It'll still sell gangbusters
Yeah.
because it's Last of Us 2. But
Because it's The Last of Us too.
but like I would say it's a bit more considered instead
Yeah.
of like people just trying to cash in as much as they can. Like I mean the Final Fantasy 7, like we've been waiting like a billion years for that. I would not have minded that being pushed back 3 or 4 months. But
Well,
then it's also like everything stacks up at the end of the year. It's like you've got a billion games coming out. There's nobody's gonna have time to play all those games.
I know because it's looking like now they're gonna be bundled up together, and
Mm,
I mean I don't yet. Well, this is delayed indefinitely, so we don't even know if this is gonna be coming out this year.
yeah.
I don't know. And Kaki says Naughty Dog are becoming Rockstar 2.0. But they
Yeah.
do, at the end of the day, though, I will say, I mean, their games, Rockstar included, Naughty Dog, their
Like the
games
games are
are
good,
brilliant. They
but
do.
the problem is like it's like you kind of get like a bit of aftertaste. Like if you understand like what's going on behind the scenes, it's like, oh, this game is so awesome. Then you realize, wow, someone stressed themselves almost half to death to make this game. Nah, I don't feel as great playing it because I know
Yeah.
they stress so much.
To the
It's like
point of exhaustion or landing up in hospital from
or
exhaustion.
they just like have mental issues and
Yeah.
they just don't want to work in gaming industry. Like that's terrible. Like a person who is passionate about gaming or making games now just doesn't want to do that because they got so burnt out. It's like
Yeah.
it's absolutely terrible.
And just, not to stop talking about The Last of Us, but
Uh-huh.
talking about staff being
Yeah.
screwed over.
Yeah.
This story, with regards to the Borderlands developers not getting the bonuses that they were promised.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Gearbox.
yeah. That is kind of really,
Dodgy. And
that's sad
and
because we were just talking about how they, these devs put like their heart and souls into this. They work really, really hard on these games, just to be told, "Oh, sorry, the bonus you
it's not
expected,
like
you're not gonna get it."
it's not like they tell them like a couple of months before, and it's like just before the bonuses are due. It's like, hey guys, we didn't like they say we didn't sell enough to give you guys the bonuses that we promised you before, so we can't give you those bonuses. Okay, cheers, bye. It's like that's really sucky.
So what is
Okay,
the
I can
story
imagine
there? This dude, this Randy Pitchford, what is his deal?
Randy Pitchford's got. I don't want to put preconceived notions about him, but I think my opinion of him, like I'm not speaking for anyone else, but just myself, my opinion of him is he's a bit of a douche.
I just saw him like on a video that I was watching, and I was like, he looks like a douche. Sorry to say it, but he looks like a shady person. He looks very shady. And as a CEO, to do that to your staff, when he got a $12 million bonus.
Yeah.
Before Borderlands 3 even came out.
I know. That's like
terrible. How does that work? How does he
like?
get
I mean,
that?
you could take half of that and give that to his staff and split it out equally, and you would still be giving his staff like a nice bonus. I assume.
Exactly. I mean,
you still have $6 million.
Apparently, yeah, because apparently with Borderlands 2, they got six figure their bonuses. The developers got 6-figure payouts. I mean, it wasn't like a little bit.
Yeah, because they work out a ratio where like the studio gets a certain amount of the profit and the actual developers themselves get a certain amount of the profit.
Yeah.
According to what they said here is that Borderlands 3 didn't sell as much as they were anticipating, so yeah, they can't give the bonuses. But like when Borderlands 3 got released, it was like hailed as like the best selling Borderlands out of the series. Like Borderlands is now a $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
Which is like, and you don't have enough to pay people extra. How much did the game cost to make? Like, are you talking like, did the game cost like over $200 million, $300 million?
It's also, yeah, and just going back to the whole point that we were talking about earlier on with, these companies, the mismanagement. How do you not know how much stuff is going to cost? Maybe they gave away too many copies to streamers.
No, I think it's classic view of like when game publishers or certain developers, like they get an idea of how much they're going to sell, and then they assume per sequel, okay, it's going to get bigger each time, so how much per sequel is going to get bigger, and like then they get to the point like by the second or third game they have like an astronomical figure, like where they think it's going to sell gangbusters and they can throw all the money at it to make the game good, and then they overspend. Well, not overspend, but they spend maybe more than they should have to what the return is going to be. Instead of like thinking, okay, let's have a modest increase of maybe 5 to 10%, 5 to 10% sales on this game. Let's do 50%. Let's do 80%. Let's do 100%.
Yeah.
And it's like No, you're not gonna sell like that. Like few games like sell like that. Like Call of Duty, it's like flatten out at the moment, but that game sells enough where you can pay the developers like huge amounts of money. Like not every game is gonna sell like a huge amount like
Yeah,
that.
but this one did though.
And that's also the really sucky thing about it is like they brag to game journalists about, oh, this game is like one of the best selling games of the year and it's the best out of the whole franchise, and then like
We're
a couple
not
months
gonna pay
later,
us off. Like they're not
like,
gonna get their
yeah,
bonuses.
we promised the staff like extra, but nah, it's not quite what we
Because
thought it
apparently,
was gonna be.
apparently it's like a 60% to 40% ratio. So 60% goes to the company, 40% goes to. That's the agreement,
Yeah.
apparently. So still, they should be getting quite a bit. And Maddie just said,
I can also understand like if you run into development problems and you see down the road, okay, it's going to cost more than we anticipated to make the game. But like you, before the games even come out, you've seen that cost already, so you
yeah,
should be already starting the plans. Like you should be like before the game comes, like, okay, guys, I know we promised you these amount of bonuses. I know we did, but we did take longer to make the game, and we ran into this, and just explain in detail what went wrong and what actual the spend was. People are more understanding than you realize if you
yeah.
actually explain things to them.
And
But
we
now to
know
come
this.
like,
We know
but
this from experience.
like if you just uh, explain it to them like last minute like this, and they've planned on those benefits. These are
I
people like
know.
thought, okay, this is going to be cool. I can do this and this and this. I can maybe put this forward to our house, or I can put this for an investment or something, plan in the future, because this is coming. They told us this is coming.
Yeah.
But now to tell them like a little bit before the time is due is like that like throws a wrench in the work for some
Yeah,
people.
you don't want to work there anymore. I wouldn't want to work there anymore. And then
Yeah,
he still went on to say that they, when the next game comes out, they will definitely see their bonuses. Now, if you tell me that when you just didn't pay us out our bonuses now, you really think I'm going to believe you? That
yeah.
the next time, I don't want to work hard on a game if I know
Yeah,
that
like
you're
it
going to,
takes your
yeah,
enthusiasm out, and like it takes your your motivation to actually work on a project. Like it's like gone. It's like, oh, they're
yeah.
gonna just I'm gonna work really hard on this. They're just gonna schneid me at the end, like, and just like
Yeah,
not pay me.
it's kind of it's. I mean, to tell the staff, okay, you guys are gonna get these massive bonuses, blah 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 blah. Get the work out of them, and then when the time comes to pay them, it's like, oh, sorry guys. So you basically use them. It's also
Yeah.
imagine feeling like you've been basically used. And
Mm.
do you really want to work for a company like that? I feel devs, they really have a hard time, and they put their hearts and souls into games, and they
Yeah.
honestly
I
don't get the recognition that they should
I
get.
think if it carries on for too long, well, it's already carried on for too long. I think game developers are gonna start pushing back, and it's not gonna be
Mm,
in like a nice way. It's gonna be like union strikes, and then there's like you want to see game delays like for real. That's like proper like
yeah,
unionized like strikes.
because
Then
they
then you'll see
need them.
delays.
These
Yeah,
companies need them to make these games. So
yeah,
they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot by
yeah.
doing this to their staff. And I just want to read something that Maddie said. Let me tell you small inside info from my industry. Some tech
Mhm.
we are working right now appear in mainstream tech media just a year before release to build up a hype. Some advanced tech we work on, no tech media won't even know that is in the works unless we give them reference devices to review. Game dev companies need to get timelines right. That's
Yeah,
what Maddie says. So I mean,
definitely.
Maddie knows
But
what he's
it's
talking
it's
about.
funny because game developers keep doing it, and they keep doing it like on weird ends of the spectrum. Is like they plan too much time, they
Yeah.
take too long, or they plan too little time, and then they have to rush at the end.
Yes.
It's like Anthem. Anthem is a good example of taking too long and like not knowing what you're doing, and like not like getting past the planning stage, like what you want to do. It's like we were making a cool game. We're gonna call it codename Bob Dylan or something stupid like that,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be awesome. But like 3 years into it, like they hadn't made anything good.
Yeah.
And like it took like the publishers coming saying them like and looking at one cool feature which was the flying and says, yeah, keep doing that. And it's like, oh, okay, we should make the whole game around it, sort of like around that, and like cool, make it like that.
Yeah.
And like and that's when they had like about like a year to launch the game. It's like, guys, that's not good planning. It's like you just focus on what you need to do and get done, and just stick to the schedule as much as you can. Like obviously there's going to be problems down the way, but you
Yeah.
have to kind of also account for that in your planning. I think, maybe the game industry just needs better
Management. They just do need
better planning, or
management.
better education about how to plan things out. Like
Exactly.
I know it's difficult because games are not like it's not like a factory product where you can pre-produce and like you make it like one size fits all, and like if you make an alteration, it's just changing a part here and there. It's a actual creative endeavor. So like things change because people see how how it fits and whatnot, and like maybe this is not how the visuals should look, and then it changes things, and like you have to rework things. But there has to be like a sort of like give and take between like the creative side and like the business side. Like
Yeah.
right now, the business side is like pushing too hard on the creative side to like just get it out in a certain amount of time, instead of like, okay, giving the creatives like the right amount of time to figure it out and tell them, okay, you have to get your ideas sorted by then. If you haven't got your ideas sorted, then we have to fall back to like a more well-known sort of form of gameplay. Not every game is going to be a revolutionary game that changes the industry, because I think maybe developers like focus a little bit too much on like making the most amazing mechanics and whatnot, instead of just like working what's there already, and maybe just iterating on it just a little bit, instead
Yeah.
of like trying to reinvent the wheel each time. If that makes sense.
I I mean I do agree with you.
Yeah.
And also I just want to say, everybody, if you're watching the video of like whatever you have in the corner there, if it is a bit laggy, that's the only thing that will be laggy. We're still trying to figure out why it does that. That's the only thing that should be laggy right now.
I think it's the timing, but I'll check. Maybe it's the timing of the keyframes that does something weird, but we'll figure it out
Yeah.
eventually. I
So
wouldn't stress about it.
yeah, so that is that some people had some choice words about Mr. Man, this gentleman. Oh, I'm not gonna call him gentleman. Randy
He
Pitchford.
just has he has a history of doing
I know. I
stupid
saw.
things. Like I first like learned or heard about him when Aliens Colonial Marines came out, and like I think the chat knows how disappointed I was with that game. And like he was the guy who was like really pushing PR to say this is going to be the greatest Aliens game ever. We really like Aliens. We know the IP. This is like a sequel to the actual Aliens like movie. It's like what we envisioned, like with cool gameplay and stuff, and it was not like that. It was so
You're
bad.
really upset about that, aren't you?
Yeah, because that was the first. Like I think I've said this before. That's the first game I got burned with a pre-order, because like I didn't
Oh,
wait for
okay.
reviews.
Yes. Yeah.
I just thought it was gonna be good, because this guy, Randy Pitchford, like says in all his videos, it's gonna be amazing. Like he seems like he knows like
It's
what the
gonna
Alien
be
franchise is,
amazing.
and it was not.
Oh my gosh.
He's done like a lot of douchey stuff,
Yeah. We're not
like
gonna.
when they
Yeah.
did the reveal for Borderlands 3, he did his own little magic show act before the actual reveal, and it took so long, and it was annoying to watch. And it was like, dude, we came here to watch Borderlands 3, not you do a stupid magical act, because he's apparently really into magic. It's like, cool, it's cool to have
Okay.
hobbies, but you don't need to show us. Just show the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Enough
And
of ranting about me about Randy Pitchford.
he hurt you. He hurt you. He
No, he
hurt you.
didn't. I just don't care about him anymore. I think
Why is he
he just,
still though? Why he? Hold on. Why
yeah,
is he still in the position that he's in though?
because I think he owns it. Like Randy Pitchford didn't actually start out too bad. Like I think Gearbox's first actual game or help with the game was with Half-Life. They
Yeah.
did all the add-ons for the first Half-Life game, and like they did pretty well. I think it was like Blue Shrift and another one I can't remember the name of. And like those were apparently really well received, and like they knew what they were doing in the beginning, and they kept on doing it. Like the games
some of the games he makes are not bad, but like some of the decisions like he makes behind the scenes, you can see is like not good. It's like someone else is creative behind like Borderlands. It's not him like in direct control.
Yeah.
So that somehow those games turn out okay. But other things that he has like direct interactions with is like the best thing I would say for Randy Pitchford is to just shut up and disappear into the back and just let people make games and let someone else do the PR and don't do your magic shows anymore.
This is what happens when I don't talk, guys. This is
Yeah, I just rant on forever about this. I don't like. Don't get me started on EA. But okay, let's carry on the next
no,
topic.
we say we're gonna talk about EA. We know that I mentioned their name. We've mentioned now 3 times already. We're giving them too much publicity right now.
Yes.
Let's move on to something a little bit more, not light-hearted, but something that maybe chat wants to get involved in. Are we in the golden age of remasters, everyone?
I think we are. It's like every other game now seems to be like a remaster, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, everything that, because it's Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's RE3 Remake, which Kaki says is only, how many hours? You said it's like 4 hours or something. I know it's much shorter than RE2, but RE2 was very, very good last year, and that was, you could do like 4 different playthroughs, I think it was. Even though you got Claire and Leon A and B or whatever, but I still think being able to do a remaster like that, or remake, I still don't know the difference. A remake, is that
a remaster is like you take the original game and like you just basically up-res it. You have the same mechanics and everything. Maybe you redo the audio to make it slightly better, but like the gameplay and most of the assets are just like upscaled to work on newer hardware and to run at a faster frame rate. Yeah. Basically, a remake is like you take that game and you re-envision it to like modern gaming standards. Like you don't just like upscale the resolution. You don't just make everything look prettier or faster frame rate. You actually have a look at like the actual gameplay and you see where you can tweak it to make it better and maybe more modern and more intuitive to current players. Like I think you have experience with playing the Final Fantasy remake demo versus the original Final Fantasy is like it's quite a difference.
Yeah, so like because you can say then that like the Uncharted collection, that is a remaster. It's not a remake because they follow the same mechanics and everything. So because they didn't change anything at all, they just upped the ante of the graphics. The mechanics are basically the same. They didn't really change much with it.
But I kind of like the fact that we are looking back at older games and like bringing them forward as well as like kind of re-envisioning some of them at the same time as well.
Yeah.
It's nice because like everyone looks back at their favorite games from the past with rose-tinted windows. Like it looks way better in your imagination.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Like you look back at it now.
I'm guilty of that as well. It's like I imagine the most amazing gameplay and like then you go back and play like, wow, this is really square. I don't remember it being this square.
So square. Like it is, when it's franchises that's like loved by so many people, it is cool to see it.
Yeah, it's because it's like
in
you'd
the
like to see
graphics
people
now.
getting like their wishes granted.
Yeah.
Like,
but chat, cool. I just want to know from you guys, what game of yours that you like, a game that hasn't been remade
or remastered.
What game would you like to see? I already know what mine is and I've said it before. I know it's not going to happen, but it's fine. I can handle it. Heavenly Sword, but I know it's not going to happen, so it's fine. It is just Heavenly Sword. It is just Heavenly Sword. I don't.
Yeah, the IP is owned by Sony, so they could remake it without the involvement of
what, Microsoft? Ninja Theory. Yeah, Ninja Theory, but.
TN Dosey's got a good one, Dead Space series.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, Tea and Toasty.
Imagine they remade the Dead Space series, and with the third one, instead of messing it up with microtransactions, they don't put microtransactions in, and they make it more similar to like maybe Dead Space 1 or 2.
That
Carry on the story.
Yeah,
Be
that
cool.
that
That
would
would
be
be
cool.
cool.
Dead Space. Mine was Shadow Man, but they're upscaling it, so that'll do me. And you info guy? I know. Is it Mass Effect?
Yeah, like I have like a billion like games be remade and remastered. Like back from the PS1 era, I would like G Police or Colony Wars to be remade, like with current graphics and like maybe added like gameplay as well. That would be really cool.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the fact that they can do it with so many like really really old games and make them look so good
Yeah, I know.
and still have that nostalgic feeling to it. That's I think
Yeah.
a key point as well, that they still, with most of these remakes, they have that nostalgic feeling to it.
Ooh, Lipsy is a good one. Metal Gear Solid
Oh my gosh.
remake. That would be so good. Because that game you imagine like an action movie, an action spy movie, and like now you go look at like I can't even see their face. Their face is like mud.
No, but it was amazing back then.
I remember when it first came, I was like, oh my god, this is an action movie.
I know, and you can knock on walls and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, it's so cool.
that is a good one. I love you. That is a good one.
Like it didn't even have to be like a super, like they just can use the Fox engine they used in Mass Effect 5, and just like
Metal Gear 5, you mean?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Sorry, I got Mass Effect in the brain.
You
Sorry.
had a Mass Effect 5.
That too. But anyway,
You want.
but
You wanted
like you
to,
imagine like in the Fox engine they make Metal Gear with those level of graphics and all the gameplay features that's in that game. That would be so cool.
And Kaki says, ooh, I also want Freedom Fighters from IO Interactive. Maddie said, did anyone play IGI series? What's IGI?
It's IGI. I don't know what IGI.
Maddie, what's IGI? I'm
Spell
trying
it
to.
out for us noobs. Spell it out for us.
Yeah, and Tea and Toasty, Dark Souls 2, I would like remastered, but made
I think
by the
I think
actual
that-
company and not from the people who made it.
I think that'll come in the future. I think Dark Souls is definitely going to get a remaster in the future. I can imagine. Can you imagine like Dark Souls like on the PS5 with the super fast loading, and like you die, you just come instantly back. Like,
And also the other thing that I know I've said this before as well, not just Heavenly Sword, but Legacy of Kain. I remember you playing that game, and I thought it was such a cool, like, idea and concept and stuff for the game. I already thought it was cool back then. That I like that. That one would be cool. Wait.
Teen Toast also says like Resident Evil remaster, but like the first game remaster, because I know they remastered the first Resident Evil, but it's like more like just upscaled, like
Yeah.
better looking. It's not like RE2 and RE3.
And also they've changed the dialogue. Some of the dialogue's not the same as the original.
But Jill Sandwich is like the best line ever.
I know, but it's not in there. It's not in there. From what I saw,
Heresy. You can't not have
I saw the
first Resident Evil without a Jill Sandwich.
I know. I
It's wrong.
watched the Easy Allies guys, Huber and Damiani playing it, and they were waiting for that to come out, and he didn't say it.
There was no Jill Sandwich.
No, they changed. I don't know what he says. Oh jeez, I can't remember. But he doesn't say Jill Sandwich. He says something else. So it's not. They changed the dialogue like they've done with the other Resident Evil remakes. The dialogue's not the same because I mean some of it was kind of corny.
Yeah, well, like they made it on a string shoe budget, and like the guys just like literally wrote whatever came to their mind. It's like.
But I mean, Jill
like,
Sandwich.
It's like so stiff, like the acting. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's good. It's one of those few games where the acting is so bad. It's good. It's one of those.
Really, Jill
That's what
Sandwich.
Yeah, and I mean, like maybe they couldn't redo that because like to make a thing that's so bad that it's so good, it has to be like an honest attempt to make something good, and you just make something terrible. And like that's hard to do on purpose. Like I don't think you could do that again. But they should have kept the
It's
line.
hard to do that on purpose.
Yeah, because like most people when they make a bad thing, it's like it's just bad and like you can't watch it. It's just terrible bad. But there's sometimes you make something so bad that it's like watching a train wreck happen, and like you just want to see more. It just keeps coming, but it's hard to do that because you have to. The people have to be so, I don't know, like really into what they're making, that you see they're trying so hard to make it good, but they just don't quite get it.
But I mean, but if you think about it, most remakes that have come out have been pretty on point.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's gonna be bad ones eventually. Like, I can imagine, like, there are, because like, there's gonna be a publisher out there sees like, ooh, all these remasters and remakes. What can we do from our library? And like, do it on the cheap. It's like, okay, let's just upscale. Yeah, that's good enough. Does it run at 60 frames? Okay, cool. Send it out. It's remastered. There we go.
But I think
it's gonna be that.
I think like with all these remakes, I'm excited for them. Whatever else comes out, it will be cool. And
but it's like I said before, it's like a little bit scary because there are gonna be publishers who are gonna mess it up. And like, I hope it's not games that we really enjoy.
Okay, yeah. Don't say that. You're jinxing it. Don't jinx it.
But it's gonna happen. You have to prepare yourselves for the inevitable disappointment of things. So if you know it's coming, it's take the sting out just a little bit.
Don't jinx it. You're jinxing it. But I think Capcom have got it like quite done a good job. Yeah, with their remakes.
Like, what would be next for them? RE4, right? Ooh, that's
I don't think they're gonna do RE4. I think
I know there was not a remaster but an upscaling, an HD version or something.
I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think they're gonna mess with that because that's a fan favorite. And Itrol says,
and like RE1 and 2 and 3 were not fan favorites.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
those are like the dumpster, like the terrible.
I don't think they did such a bad job with those. It's actually Resident Evil 0 that they redid, but they upscaled it. Resident Evil, like 1, if you want to call it that.
is a good one, yeah. Prototype remaster. That was actually a pretty fun game. You were like a bad guy who could just run around and do like a whole bunch of bad stuff in that game. The technique, you were like an anti-hero sort of thing. It's
basically kind of like Infamous.
Yeah, but yeah, and you could absorb people too. But I don't think Activision owns the IP for that. I don't think they'll do anything. I know they released like HD versions or whatever on the PS4.
Yeah.
But I don't see them remaking. Like, the concept was really cool, but you could see it was like they kind of rushed to make it work, sort of thing. Like the story, like the first one's story was like okay, the second one's story was like so.
And
I mean,
but now I just want to say also, Itrol says, "Hear me out, Dragon Quest. I'm very bad with Roman numerals. 1x. What is 1x again?
Jeez, I'm also forgetting. Is that 9 or 11?
Charles, is that
4?
Dragon Quest 9 or
after?
11? Before, because 10 is x, so is it 9? No.
Maybe
it's
9.
11?
9.
It is 9.
9.
Okay, 9. Sorry, we're really bad with. I'm bad with.
Sorry, I didn't study my Roman numerals. Sorry. I knew it was a 9 or 11. It was one of those.
I didn't even know what it was. I just know X is a 10. It is a 10, right?
Yeah.
Just double checking. That, and then Maddie says, wait, chat. IGI 2 was one of the first games I played, and I think I still got it on my old laptop. Let me revive it tomorrow. We want to know what it is, though. We'll just Google it, IGI. And wait, were they prototype remasters, though?
Yeah, it was like... Yeah, it was, kind of, but it wasn't, like, amazing. It was just, like, the up-res things, basically. It wasn't, like I said before, like, it wasn't, like, a great job, if that makes sense.
There's a message there for you, info guy. I don't know IT stuff, from Maddie. I don't know.
That means maybe they're not transcoding? Because usually that's maybe usually the problem with that. I don't know if they're not transcoding. They should be transcoding to make it so we can have all the options. But it might be a problem because Twitch might be overloaded. I don't know.
I love how you like transcoding. Like, what the...
transcoding is like how they scale the resolution and stuff for for your stream. So like if you get transcoding, you can get like different levels of resolution and frames as well, and as an upscale. So not everyone, because not everyone's going to be able to watch it 1080p 60 frames. It gives you those options where it downscales it for you.
Okay, that thing.
That's the transcoding. But not everyone gets that because there's only a certain amount of quantity on servers, and you only get it if you're affiliate, and then like if the amount of server space gets reduced, it only goes to partners and so on and so forth. But that's my understanding of it. I might be wrong, but that's my understanding.
There we go, Maddie. Before I just told you, I don't know what the hell. I'm clueless when it comes to. You all know I'm clueless when it comes to that kind of stuff. He told you. There we go. But everybody got their remakes out, what they're looking forward to, and I still am hopeful one day I will get that announcement for Heavenly Sword. Might never happen, but whatever. One can only dream, can we not? We can only dream. And then,
Yes.
something else that happened this week.
Okay.
I'm moving on swiftly from remakes.
Is it something critical?
Maybe.
Okay.
Just maybe.
I see. Yeah. We're not being transcoded. That means they've.
Have they changed the setting?
Yeah, I think it's because of the availability. There's too many people who
Twitch
are Twitch or streaming at the moment. So from my understanding, it goes to scale. Like whoever has the most viewers and his affiliates gets the transcoding it when available. So we're not cool enough to get the transcoding at the moment because there's obviously someone else who's cooler than us.
That's not fair.
Yeah, well, they only have limited capacity, and like I don't think they can add more server space because I don't think they were thinking about the whole
I know they weren't.
thing happening, so they didn't add extra stuff.
I know.
Or server capacity.
I know, but jeez, like it. I mean, really, and no, I don't want to just play Twing Twang. I actually hate Twing Twang in Heavenly Sword. It's the worst thing to do in that game, but other than that, it's cool. I just like the protagonist of the game. I just think it's awesome. Wow, Twitch, rude. We are so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Twitch, like, they're giving everyone issues. Like, people's stuff is, like, going down as well. Like, people's streams just end.
Yeah, I think it's because they don't have the capacity. They didn't think there would be so many people. Cause it's not just people watching now, more people watching stream. It's more people actually streaming on Twitch as well at the same time now. Because everyone's at home. So they're like, okay, what can I do? I always wanted to do that Twitch thing. Let me try the Twitch thing. And then they do it.
I mean, yeah. Okay, but anyway. And Kaki also says, has no idea all of this video talk is about. Neither do I. They know it,
yeah.
I don't.
It took me a while to figure this stuff out. That's my limited understanding of what's actually going on with transcode. It might be something completely different. But that's my understanding. Transcoding gets assigned to people who fall on a certain
Sorry guys, I'm not a big
spectrum.
enough Twitch streamer. I apologize to all of you. I'm so sorry I have so few people watching me. My apologies. I don't know what I don't know what I did.
It'll get better as we go along.
This from Twitch. They just don't care about the little people.
One day we'll be cool people.
I don't think so. Okay, wait. Let's move on from Twitch remakes and everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer.
Yes.
Went on IGN this week. Did a long video, like podcast kind of thingy-ish thing.
Mm-hmm.
And discussed a whole bunch of stuff with them regarding, the launching of the Xbox Series X, going over...
Can we just call it Series X from now on? We don't have to say the whole Xbox thing, or are people going to get confused if we just say Series X?
I don't know. Wait, unpopular opinion. YouTube cares though. Do they care?
No, YouTube has huge amount of capacity. That's why they care. Like Twitch is like 1% of like what YouTube is. That's why the difference is. That's why the streams always do better on YouTube. They've got like 10 times the capacity. It's like crazy.
Yeah, info guys being like, real savage right now.
Just get more. Twitch is like, get more servers. We need more servers. YouTube's like, what? Like a billion extra people started watching YouTube. Don't worry about it. We got space. Yeah.
Okay, Phil Spencer was on IGN, okay, and he went over everything that they could ask him regarding the Series X. It sounds weird saying that now. Let's just call it the chimney. We were supposed to call it the chimney. Anyway, and
you want to call it the chimney? I just told you it looks like a chimney.
Yeah, but now it's in my head. Anyway, it was actually a very good video, and if you guys do want to watch it, I suggest you should go watch it, because he actually talks about the mistakes that they made with regards to their launch of the Xbox One. Is it the Xbox One?
Yes, that's the one.
And when Sony basically like made them look like fools and stuff, he actually acknowledges like a lot of stuff, and it's quite interesting to watch. And one of the main things he said is price for, you know, the consoles is a critical factor. So he basically said that that is a major thing that they're obviously taking into consideration as well. But it was a really good watch. I was listening to him, and he actually raised quite a few good points. I mean, he acknowledges that right now, also in the current climate, like people, you know, aren't focusing on getting or wanting to buy consoles. Obviously, there's no consoles, like next gen consoles, ready to be purchased right now. But with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, you know, he knows that like people are looking at certain price points, and that consoles are not going to be the first thing on their list to purchase right now, or even at the end of the year, or even maybe next year. He knows that. And he also mentioned like they do need to focus on their games and everything. So bye Bethany, sorry. Bye Bethany. Thank you for dropping in. So he said, you know, like I said, he touched on a lot of good points. And he's right. You know, the price is a critical factor. I mean, we're looking right now, their IGN asked, you know, their viewers, wait until they have stock in, whatever it takes, willing to buy on eBay. I mean, people will wait for stock.
Yeah.
So, because they were also talking about, you know, are they going to have enough consoles to sell at launch? Are they going to have that because of everything that's going on right now?
Well, it's never been a problem for Nintendo not having enough. Because I remember when they launched the Wii and they just haven't Wii's for like 2 years almost, and like they just kept running out of stock of that. Like people just kept wanting it. Like that was the thing. It's not the end of the world. It just depends how little you have at launch. Like if you have like so little that like not even half the people who want to get it can get it, then you're gonna have issues, because they're just gonna switch to whatever's the next best thing, and the next best thing might be PS5.
Well, there was a poll. They said what... I mean, this is rough for him, because he's literally sitting there and the guys are telling them, we've done a poll. Which console do you want? And the PS5's on top. So it's like
yeah,
he has
got
to...
that install base. It's hard to they had a rough generation.
And he
this
acknowledges
generation
that. He acknowledges it.
But the problem is this current generation was set up by the previous, because the previous generation with the Xbox 360, they got rid of a large portion of their internal studios, and they were just pushing for exclusives from third-party publishers instead of having their own games made. And when they launched the Xbox One, they were like, what does every gamer actually want from a console? Oh, they want to watch TV, apparently, because they got that in their brains. Console guys, they already own a TV and they can watch TV, but they actually want TV on the console. So we need to make it so that consoles are very TV focused right now, because they don't actually want to play games on the console. They want to watch TV on the console.
Well, we're looking right now. Let me just pause this. They asked their viewers, what price point are they willing to pay?
Mm.
And the price point, $400 to $500. 43.8% of people said they will pay between $400 to $500.
I think that might change in the next couple of months.
Yeah, and then $300 to $400 was in second. Price
I mean, if
doesn't
you
matter.
can
I'm
get
getting one. That was
Ooh,
third. That was
those
third.
people, the
And
rich
then
1% over there, even though they're 12%.
this is the weird bit though. $500 to $600 was fourth. This
Yeah.
is the weird bit. Fifth. $200 to $300 was.
They don't want to feel like, oh, it's a piece of junk. Like it has to cost a certain amount to make it feel like exclusive. It's like weird like branding things like Nikes, even though they're like average, like some, not all Nikes, but some Nikes are like your average shoe. They cost more because they're Nikes. It's like a brand thing. Like that's the reason they have it at that price, because you're paying for the brand. But it doesn't really. If they could actually launch it at $300 or $200, do you know how much they would sell? They would just fly. They would fly off the shelf.
I don't think it will be that though. I mean, but he really went in depth. They asked him like really hard questions. I mean, for him to have to listen to PlayStation is number one.
The only way Microsoft Xbox is going to improve is like they take the criticism and learn from it, because they did not listen at the end of the 360 generation. At the beginning of the Xbox One generation, they got blasted like from high heaven, like you're doing it wrong, and they paid the price for it because they only sold like half as many as the PS4.
Yeah.
And the Switch, which came out like 2 years later, or even actually more than that, is now like gonna probably outsell the Xbox One, which is crazy.
Yeah, because they're starting off good now. That's the thing. They're not doing so bad. They've been very transparent. They've been, compared to PlayStation, they have been pretty transparent. I'm not taking their side. I'm just saying they've been a lot more transparent than Sony. And
Sony's like really oddly quiet at the moment, which is not like, is it because of recent world events, or is it because like something's happening behind the scenes and they don't want to I think we hopped on about the not reveal but reveal of the PS5 spec stuff.
Yes.
It's
the
like,
road to PS5.
Yeah. Like we don't need to see the road anymore. We need to actually see the destination.
Oh, that should be the quote from this podcast.
I wonder if the next talk they have is going to be PS5 destination.
Who are they going to get though? I mean, like I don't know. I don't know. They're keeping really, really.
Just
quiet.
Do like a Nintendo Direct sort of thing for the reveal, and like it doesn't be long. It'll be 5 minutes, and you just show some gameplay. You start off with like, I can like free advice here to Sony. You start off with some gameplay of games that are coming to the PS5. You can even show old games work on the PS5 and how they work better. You show the loading times, like 4 or 5 minutes of that, and then right at the end, you show the box. You reveal it behind a curtain or whatever you want to reveal it from, and then like people go mad. It's that easy. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, but they're not even like, the thing is like, even I'll just say this, like Phil Spencer's still coming out and chatting to like people like IGN or whatever, and like talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas Sony's not doing that. It's like
Jim. I think the new head of Sony at the moment, Jim Ryan. He's not the best at PR from my memory.
Yeah.
He's not the best. I don't know if Sony's in the middle getting new PR people, or the PR people they have are asleep, or I don't know what they're doing, but they have to do something eventually.
Yeah, well, we're in April now. It's gonna be May before we know
and
it, and
there's
nothing.
And they weren't gonna be at E3 this year before the whole health thing happened.
Yeah.
And so when were they gonna show the thing off? Because like that first event thing was not. I know it was a in-depth thingy-mabob, like GDC talk style thing.
Yeah.
So that's like something you do after you've done your reveal. That would have made more sense. But like they're getting things backwards now even.
They're basically turning into Microsoft.
We'll see. I don't like Sony.
They have to announce something this month. I'm just saying.
This month? They have to do it this month.
How long are people gonna wait for a console?
Is that a demand?
Just look. Okay.
Is that your line in the sand?
I'm just saying.
Okay, if you don't come out with stuff, then
even though
just
Sony
not
hasn't, even though Sony hasn't announced anything, well, they just done the specs. This poll now, it just popped up, and our Phil Spencer had to listen to this. It says here, you know, what are you looking forward to? The PS5 will be mine. 43.3%.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All,
It's because they have brand
all
loyalty
in,
and
wait.
they have that base.
Wait. All in on Series X, 25%. I mean, buying them all, 12%. Undecided, 8%. Sticking with Switch for now, 7%. Or 7.9%.
Like Sony, like the only way Microsoft, like they're gonna to even get equal, they're gonna have to fight like ridiculously hard. The only way they're gonna get ahead of Sony slip up in a big way. And like right now, I don't know what's going on with Sony, so you can't say either way. Like Sony can slip up either a couple of ways. They can slip up with the price, like it's too expensive, or the amazing specs they've been talking about don't quite add up versus the Xbox. Even I was gonna say that Xbox Series X. Like if the specs don't like maybe it's faster, but like the graphics aren't as
great.
oomph
Yeah.
or something or other. But I think they're gonna be pretty even. But like say something like that happens, then it's gonna be more towards Microsoft. But I think this generation coming, it's gonna be fairly like even.
Even, yeah.
But we'll see. Like who
But
slips
it's
up, who blinks or makes mistakes.
People are still for PlayStation, which is like, there must have been like a bitter pill to swallow, hearing that, as Phil Spencer just sitting there and having to hear, okay, people
you have
still
to suck it up and take it.
like,
because like that's how bad they messed up this current generation. Like you have to take the medicine for the for the stuff you created.
The only way you see that Xbox will, you know, get the head over Sony is if their price point is much lower.
If they can beat them price point wise and have better games and show that the Xbox Series X like blows Sony's console out the water, like good. If it's just about the same, then that's off the table. Then Sony wins that automatically. If the price is like then also Sony's gonna keep the head. Now, if the games are better on Xbox, then they have also still a chance.
I don't think they can have better games. Sorry, Xbox people.
They bought a whole bunch of studios. Maybe they're gonna have awesome games. I think they can't do worse than this generation. Like what did we have? Like 2 Gears of War games and Halo.
And Crackdown 3.
Oh yeah, Crackdown. Wow.
Which was really, really bad. But I mean, yeah, I mean it is what it is right now. We'll just have to see what happens. Whoever says their price first, it's more than likely going to be Microsoft. They are gonna, because Sony's obviously waiting on them. But we'll just have to see. But that is it, guys. There's no other major news that was happening this past week. Last week was also pretty slow. I think the major thing is just everyone's playing games now. That's like the main thing that everybody's doing while they're on lockdown. Is playing games, and that's an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing. It is.
You're literally saving the world by doing nothing.
Yeah, it's awesome that you get to play games now, and you got an excuse. So
yes,
so
I'm
use
saving the world, literally.
It will take your mind off things. It will get rid of that anxiety. Just keep on playing games, and hopefully we'll have some better news next week. I don't know if anything major is going to happen. Hopefully Sony announces something. But we'll have to see next week if anything major happens. But
well, you said they have to announce something, so now they have to announce something. Because you said so. You're the Grand Vizier of the internet. You just demand Sony.
And Kaki says that IGN Summer Thing says stuff about next-gen consoles, and that's in June. Oh, gosh, I can't wait that long. Sony, just get your act together. That's all I'm saying.
I think you're going to have a very disappointing month.
I suppose they can't. I don't think they're going to, because just too much with this going on around the world. It's not going to happen.
I think everything's been delayed. This is going to be the year of delays. Like, everything's just, like, delayed.
I just hope that Sony isn't wanting the whole pomp and ceremony of announcing and showing the console. Like, I just hope they're not waiting for that moment, because that moment's not going to come for a very long time, considering the way that the world is right now. They're not going to get
Yeah, like I would say, if you can get away with doing like a Nintendo Direct style thing, do that. Get it out there. Just do it.
And no Hugh Jackman. No, no.
Yeah, imagine like Sony do their little Direct thing.
He's not going to be
Hugh Jackman come on the stage. Like it would be like your perfect announcement, basically. That wins the internet for you, right?
Kaki? Really? Info guy? Really? Really now? Really? We're not... Gosh.
You got no choice in the matter. That's who you got to have.
Is it not good enough that I'm going to name my horse in Red Dead 2 Hugh Jackman? Now I'm still having Hugh Jackman thrown in my face because of the one time. It keeps on coming up in every freaking podcast. It was one time.
Because he's the only right answer, really.
He's not the...
Your poll says otherwise.
Oh my gosh, shut up about that poll. I really wish I could go back in time and just like rewrite whatever I put in that poll.
Too late. That's a thing now.
There were no other actors I could think of.
Yeah, because it's only Hugh Jackman.
No, it's not only Hugh Jackman.
You said so.
It's not Hugh Jackman. It's not just Hugh Jackman. I just think he's the best looking kind of Joel, okay? He's basically Joel.
He's the only one who could do it.
Because
in your opinion.
Yes.
You have to rig votes in order to make that happen.
I don't see anybody else playing Joel. I know they won't get Hugh Jackman because he won't be in an HBO series. He's a movie star. He's not going to be in a... I just think that he would play Joel really, really well. He is basically Joel. Anyway, I'm not even saying no other actors no, there are other actors in this fold. I just
apart from Hugh Jackman, I don't think so. Like he's the only option, really.
I just said Hugh Jackman would be my choice if I could choose.
Which means he's the only choice.
He's not the only choice. Okay, guys, we will catch you all next week Saturday with whatever gaming news might happen this coming week. If there's going to be any gaming news, we hope that there's some more gaming news this week, because it's been a slow 2 weeks with gaming news. And thank you all for joining us.
I think we'll be back next week to announce more game delays. Probably.
Don't jinx it. Why you jinx it? Why do you do this?
Most likely gonna happen.
Why do you do this? Why do you jinx it?
Well, at worst, I'm wrong, and then it doesn't happen. Then like everyone's happy.
What else could they possibly delay?
Ghost of Tsushima.
They can't do that. That's like the main...
Yes, they can.
Oh my gosh.
They can.
Oh my gosh. Guys, thank you so much.
Do not underestimate the delaying power that the world has at the moment.
It's not going to be delayed.
Uh-huh.
We're not even going to buy it.
You never know. We could buy it.
No.
You never know.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Jim Kaki's like next week. Hugh Jackman and Ghost of Tsushima delayed. Okay. Everyone, we will see you next week Saturday. Thank you for joining us. I'm LaFemmeN and I'm signing off. And Info Guy, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone in the world and in Twitch world. We will catch you guys next week Saturday. Have an awesome weekend. Stay safe. Take care. And we'll catch you next week Saturday. Bye.